With its powerful jaws and razor-sharp teeth, this reptile can tear through flesh with ease. But how exactly do they go about launching such a devastating assault? Join me as we witness some of the most brutal and shocking crocodile attacks ever recorded. And just when you think you've seen it all, prepare to be shocked by the final attack. Imagine facing a life-or-death situation where your loved ones, even your furry companions, are in danger. Unfortunately, 37-year-old Alistair McPhee didn't have to imagine it. He lived it. On that fateful day, around 5:30 p.m., Alistair stood in shorts at the edge of the Bloomfield boat ramps in Port Douglas, Australia. Little did he know a vicious predator was lurking in the water, waiting for its prey. In a split second, the ferocious crocodile launched itself from the water, clenching its sharp jaws onto Alistair's leg and dragging him into the murky depths. As he thrashed around, the water sprayed chaotically before he finally succeeded in breaking free. But his freedom was short-lived, as the crocodile had snatched his poor dog instead. Without a second thought, Alistair fiercely punched the reptile's back, causing it to retreat under the water with the dog. He staggered back to the shore, agony pulsating through his wounds. He collapsed on the ground, drenched in his blood. In a haunting video that has since gone viral, a family on a safari captured footage of a herd of wildebeests gathered around a watering hole to quench their thirst. The scene was serene, with some of the wildebeest standing at the water's edge, drinking. Suddenly, a few of the wildebeest startled, sensing something amiss. One of the wildebeests, the one closest to the water, was snatched by a crocodile, which had stealthily approached it from the murky depths. The crocodile grabbed hold of the horn on the right side of the wildebeest's head with its powerful jaws and dragged it forcefully into the water. The wildebeest immediately began bellowing, using all its might to try and free itself from the crocodile's grasp. Despite managing to break its horn free, the wildebeest was not out of danger. The crocodile was quick to seize its leg. As if that wasn't enough, a much larger crocodile appeared on the scene and sunk its teeth into the already injured wildebeest's body, dragging it underwater, where it drowned without mercy. On a safari at the Masai Mara National Park in Kenya, the zebras went to take a drink. Some even attempted to cross the river. However, little did they know the crocodiles that lurked within the water were hungry. As such, they eagerly awaited the perfect moment to launch their attack. Suddenly, one of the crocodiles pounced, grabbing hold of a zebra and dragging it under the water's surface. The other crocodiles quickly closed in, eager to claim their share of the spoils. One of the crocodiles went for the zebra's face, rolling and twisting to rip its head off. The result, however, was even more gruesome. As the crocodile ripped the zebra's face clean off, the faceless zebra fought desperately for its life, but it was too late. At a peaceful pond, a herd of deer seek to quench their thirst on a hot day. However, what begins as a pleasurable water drinking session soon turns into a horrific nightmare. As they drank from the cool and refreshing pond, a crocodile leaps out of the water and grabs hold of the leg of one of the stags, dragging it beneath the surface of the water. The helpless deer desperately tries to wriggle free from the jaws of the crocodile, but all its efforts are in vain. The crocodile's grip is too strong, and it refuses to let go of its prey. The rest of the herd, shocked and terrified by this sudden attack, quickly scattered in all directions, fleeing for their lives. In the heart of the South African wilderness, a lone adolescent male cheetah cub approached a watering hole. As he laps in the water, he remains unaware of the danger lurking just beneath the surface. Suddenly, in a flash of speed and agility, the crocodile emerges from the depths of the water, launching a surprise attack on the unsuspecting cheetah. The force of the assault is so great that it lifts the cheetah into the air before dragging him beneath the surface. Despite his valiant struggle against the croc's powerful grip, the cheetah is no match for the ferocity of his attacker. Another fearless display of the crocodile's predatory skills is exhibited in this breathtaking video. The footage reveals a tense chase between the antelope and the crocodile. The chase continues for a while, with the antelope using all of its strength and agility to evade the snapping jaws of the crocodile. But after a few moments, the crocodile manages to catch up to the antelope and clamps down on its prey with an iron grip, dragging it beneath the surface of the water. Despite being in danger, the antelope puts up a fierce resistance, kicking and writhing in a desperate bid to escape. And then, in a miraculous turn of events, the antelope somehow manages to break free, leaping out of the water and scrambling to safety on the riverbank. A group of thirsty warthogs went to drink in a nearby river. They didn't know that danger lay in wait beneath the surface of the water. As the warthogs drank, the predator detected an opening in the warthog's defenses and seized it with lightning-fast reflexes. With a mighty leap, the crocodile sprang from the water's depths, clamping its jaws around one of the warthogs and dragging it beneath the surface. The animal thrashed about frantically, but its strength was no match for the crocodile's grip, and the remaining warthogs fled in terror. How far are you willing to push the limits of your profession? For one zookeeper at a free crocodile show on the stunning island of Koh Samui, Thailand, the answer was clear: to the extreme. In a shocking video captured back in 2017, the zookeeper can be seen kneeling before a massive crocodile. The fearless zookeeper places his entire head inside the crocodile's gaping, motionless jaws, holding his nerve for a full 10 seconds. The tension in the air is palpable as the audience looks on in stunned silence. Suddenly, the crocodile snapped down on the zookeeper's head with brutal force, thrashing him around like a rag doll. Miraculously, the zookeeper survives the ordeal, while the crocodile slides back into the water unbothered. Leopards are renowned for their impressive agility and impeccable hunting skills, making them fearsome predators on land, or when they hunt for crabs and fish in the water. But what happens when these fierce big cats decide to take their hunting prowess into the waters inhabited by crocodiles? This footage shows the leopard strolling along the riverbank, scanning for potential prey, before suddenly spotting something in the water and pouncing into action. What ensued was a gripping struggle for survival, with the leopard fighting to free itself from the jaws of the deadly crocodile. Fortunately, the leopard's strength ultimately won out, allowing it to escape the perilous situation. It's a valuable lesson that even the fiercest of hunters can become the hunted in the wild.